Hang on.
Uh,
So,
Alrighty, welcome, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, hockey lovers, or
Nando.
sports, and Nandos alike. Um, this is Toddler Tuesdays with your host once again, Nando, and I'll just let you guys introduce yourselves.
Damn it, I did it early. Lockria here, aka you, Locks the Fox on Twitter, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't feel like going hardcore into this.
Okay, I'm James the Great. I'm that guy.
Oh, sorry.
That's about
Excuse me.
it. You interrupted my epic speech.
I'm sorry. I'm having coughing problems, okay?
I thought you said coffee problems for a second.
We could talk about your addiction to coffee right now.
Okay, I guess to start off, we posed a question before the podcast, and I'll reiterate it for the users who hadn't seen the swoops earlier. What country not seen as a hockey power now do you feel is most on the rise in the future? To just give some answers, we have Ari saying Latvia, Marianne saying France and Latvia, James, not the James in this podcast, but another James, saying France.
France
We
and
have,
Latvia are the trendy picks.
yeah, India from Aisha,
Yeah,
who
no.
I believe they're in a, I believe they're in a different league to begin with. So.
Yeah, they're in the Challenge Cup of Asia, which for those who don't know, it's basically this other tournament for teams that aren't good enough to be in World Championships.
I know this is a
Although
bit of
there
an
are some
offshoot.
teams in both, like the United Arab Emirates.
I feel like this is a really random tangent, but isn't North Korea in like the Division 3 of the
Division 3, they
IAHF?
got a silver medal this year. Bulgaria got
Oh,
a golden promotion.
oh, okay. And the other, and then as Lox mentioned earlier, that France and Latvia are the trendy picks. Anna has also mentioned France, and I guess, and I guess we'll subject or we'll put in our own choices. I feel like Germany would be a good choice. I don't know if they're technically a powerhouse as of now, but I feel like they would definitely.
Even qualify for the Olympics.
Excuse me. Anyway, sorry, I burped. Anyway, I feel like Germany would be more of a powerhouse because their U18 team is pretty good, and I feel like they can develop them really well.
Well, they do have Leandre Seidel.
Yeah.
Really good. He's actually he's 18 years old and he's at Worlds. He's draft eligible, probably going in the top 10.
So what are your guys' choices, Sunzu?
I'm going to go off the board on something that a lot of people probably wouldn't think. I'm going to go with Croatia because, for one, a little bit about the history of hockey there. It's always been really surprisingly popular. I mean, it's like the number 2 sport there behind soccer. And, I mean, they a couple years during the Croatian War of Independence, but in the last 20 years since that, Medvešćak Zagreb, which is the top team in Croatia, well, yeah, they started from playing on, like, fringe leagues in Slovenia to the Austrian EBEL, and now the Continental Hockey League, and that's definitely a big boost. But also, some news today out of Colorado is that they signed Borna Renjelic to a contract. He is Croatia's best hockey player. He was on the World Championship team. They play at Division 1B. Won a silver medal this year in their first crack at that division, which was pretty nice. And he led HPK in the Finnish league this year in scoring. And now he's signed with Colorado Avalanche. He'll probably start next year in the AHL. But I think that's pretty good for hockey in Croatia, which I believe is going to keep getting stronger, especially with, people like the kids being raised now. They're going to have Medvešćak in the KHL, the second best league in the world. And, the higher, like, when a hockey team first comes to a region, like, they get the support, but, like, all the kids growing up around the team Like, there are going to be kids who are inspired by that team, and they start playing hockey. That's why you see all these players from the South nowadays getting into the NHL draft.
And yeah, it looks like he probably will go to the Lake Erie Monsters, who are the AHL affiliate to Colorado. Okay, I guess there's also some questions on. Oh, sorry, James. Yeah,
I want to
sorry.
go with my pick.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm choosing Uruguay, the small South American country. I mean, I have very good reasons.
Go
Firstly,
ahead. Go ahead.
Firstly, it's the best name ever. Secondly, I'm pretty sure they have a hockey team. I'm not positive. If someone can Google that for me, I'd be grateful.
I like how legitimate that response is. Is like, I'm not sure if they have a hockey team, but
They're not.
think about it. 200, 300, maybe 1,000 years from now, they're going to be so good at hockey because they're just.
Go home, James. You're drunk.
I rest my case.
Your case that has no legs.
Shut up.
All right. Well, I guess after that smooth transition, we have a question on the Q&A. Oh man, I don't feel like answering this, but we'll answer it anyway. So this one comes from Ryan, and it is, why does Nando suck at Cards Against Humanity?
Alright, now this is related to my Uruguay theory.
Quad.
Wait, thanks guys. Thanks for having my back on this.
Well, Ryan's 100% right, you do suck.
Anyway, I will say that on at least 2 games of Cards Against Humanity, I've at least gotten second. Because of...
That just means you're the first loser.
And I would also like to cite a bias, actually, within Ryan, who seems to be choosing his fiancée whenever they play Cards Against Humanity. So,
well,
yeah,
now, calling him out.
Yeah, I'm calling him out right now. And I will also say my responses are pretty good. And I think he's actually mad at me for not picking his card for one game. Or one round, I should say. I'm not exactly sure what the question was, but I think he put down in his blank card a Stanley Cup win for Columbus. I didn't choose that card, and he's been pretty aggravated with me ever since. So yeah, I think Ryan's just jelly. Already, sorry.
At least he wins sometimes.
Oh.
Oh wow. Thanks for the support, everyone. Alrighty, so thank you, Ryan, for that. What was it? Question. That's what they're called.
Wow.
Wow. This is our moderator. What's the question again?
How do I English?
Don't ask me.
Oh, hey, let's see here. Where else can we transition to? Oh yeah, ECHL news that I randomly want to put out there. It has been recently announced that the Las Vegas Wranglers, who had scheduled or who had proposed to be playing on top of a roof for the regular season as their home arena, they would be playing on the roof of a casino which is held multi-purpose events such as weddings, a lot of concerts, but predominantly weddings. But after their proposal fell through, they have now suspended playing for one season. Of course, they're one of the few ECHL teams that do not have an affiliate. I think the other teams are Colorado and Fort Wayne. I'm not exactly sure.
Let me double check that. Yes, you would be correct.
Yes, I got something right.
Shut up, Nando. It never happened.
Oh, thanks guys. Thanks for having my back.
New school for next year, they even have an affiliate. They're going to be with Chicago.
Ooh.
They're going to be playing.
I have some Twitter news.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's not news, but it's Twitter. Curtis Lazar, first-round draft pick of Ottawa Senators last year, just tweeted this: "I love smiling." Smiley face.
What does that have to do with anything?
Do you not like smiling?
That was a week ago, you wad. Don't you check the timelines on these?
Oh my god.
Love, I don't need your sass right now.
Hey, I can do World Championship stats.
Hey, let's see. I guess if we're gonna talk about random draft picks,
Ooh.
all I know is that Kirby Reichel likes to tweet pictures of his cat, who looks like a gigantic fluff ball, to be really brutally honest.
What's
But
his Twitter?
well, it's K Reichs. I don't. If you just look up his name on like the Twitter search engine, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine finding him. I mean, I don't think there's any other people named Kirby Reichel in the world.
Seriously, what kind of father named their kid Kirby?
The
Hey.
German one?
Hey, he's a goal scorer, okay? I don't want to hear you dissing our guy, who he was drafted by.
I don't need your sass right now, Lux.
Gaming tendencies. And the fact that he's a horrible father because he traded him, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
That was just in the Coke Zero commercial, wasn't it?
no, he was,
Well, that happened to Doug Gilmer's son.
I think Kirby actually proposed the trade, because Kirby ended up playing with his brother, who is also on Guelph Storm.
Maddox
So,
is his name, according to Elite Prospects.
let's
Wait,
see.
that's impossible. The kid's 15. His brother,
Who?
that is.
Yeah, I thought he had a brother playing in the, for Guelph. Or a relative
He's
playing
not.
for... Doesn't he have a relative, though, in Guelph Storm?
It does not look like it. This site would have told me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Anyway,
Way to go,
but yeah,
Nando.
well,
Nah, damn it, Nando.
You really break that up.
You really Nando'd it.
wow, no love for the host tonight.
Nando, do you feel shame right now?
Well, I sort of don't feel shame, but we actually have a response now for our question posed earlier.
Which one?
Living.
Bruni. Or Brunei,
Oh,
sorry.
Stop.
Because the 100% success rate.
I
One
am
player,
no
Greg Adams,
scientist.
for those of you who don't know.
The empirical evidence does not suggest they're going to be a hockey power. Uruguay, on the other hand,
They're not even in the IHF.
yeah.
Is that even a sound?
South Africa isn't on Mars yet, but they're going to be space monsters.
That doesn't even make sense.
Moving
Are
on.
you sure you didn't take LSD before you hopped on the podcast?
I don't even know.
You can't even.
I can't even. I can't even myself right now.
Hey,
hang on,
whoever's
I'll be right.
running the podcast Twitter just misspelled Uruguay.
Oh, dang it, I did, seriously.
You are you, not you are a.
God damn it, Nando.
No. Oh.
They are not going to be a hockey power with this kind of attitude.
Alright, I'll be right
So,
back. Talk
We are
about the...
greater Nazis on air. That's
Hey,
different.
guys, I'll be right back. Just talk about the Worlds while I'm gone.
2002 never happened. Sweden's gonna whip Belarus.
I say France is going to win gold. And
That
there will
would be
be
something.
3
Antoine
hat
Stone
tricks.
has had a ridiculous tournament. 11 points, that has him tied for second in the tournament. 6 goals also ties him for second. Plus 7. He's and France. This is what part of why it was such a trendy pick to our question. They're in the quarters this year for the first time since 1995.
Oof.
Not to mention, Roussel. They have Stefan DaCosta, who may or may not be in the NHL next year. He apparently has a lucrative offer to sign in the KHL. I don't know which team, but it was.
I can't imagine how much they'd be giving him.
Well, they had the win over Russia last year. This year, they go to the quarters after beating Canada, and I believe they also beat Slovakia in the tournament. Almost beat the Czechs today. They lost.
They gave us our only defeat. It was pretty devastating to think about. Yeah, they're a strong one. They're really strong this year. I don't know.
I think France's only losses were well, they lost to Sweden, and they lost to Italy. And the Czechs.
That's
Italy,
just weird.
yeah,
Italy has.
We already know who's getting relegated. Italy and Kazakhstan are going back down to Division 1A for next year. Slovenia and Austria come back to the top division.
Okay, I guess.
Everyone getting promoted or relegated, but I don't feel like it right now.
I guess people are really getting at me. Notably, James.
Damn it,
Brian,
Rondo.
for misspelling your
entire podcast.
That's what happens when you get called out on camera. On camera? No, I'm not on camera. On podcast. On air.
On air.
On hot air.
I guess also in IHF news, I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this while I was gone, but about the Malkin collision.
I missed that game. I was watching the Tech France game instead, which was a very good game, by the way.
So, of course, Evgeny Malkin is in the news about accidentally running into I forgot what country the goaltender was from.
Belarus.
Okay. So he ran into a Belarusian. I believe.
The starting goalie was Vitaly Koval, so it was probably him.
Hang on, just a second. There it is. Yeah, you are correct. It is Koval. There are multiple.
Torpedo this year.
Ooh, wow, yeah. I will post the GIF.
Yeah.
On.
Damn it, Nando.
You guys are just absolutely terrible.
No, you're terrible at saying things.
You can't pronounce.
You forced my hand. I have to tweet it out.
Tweet what out?
Are you gonna subtweet it?
I can't even.
Oh,
Nando
wow.
can't even GIF.
Okay, so the GIF, as some would like to call it, is now on the Twitters. But if you saw in the collision, Malkin was running into the net and was held up by another defenseman. And of course, when Malkin lost his footing, his feet went straight into the goaltender's, I guess, stomach area. And his leg, or the goaltender's leg, got wrapped around the post as he got pushed back by Malkin. So, of course, it's very painful. It's a very painful injury to just imagine, but yeah, he was actually able to get up and skate off the ice on his own, so that's pretty relieving to hear.
Yeah.
I'm surprised too that the goalpost actually stayed on the moorings during that entire collision. Yeah. That's a bit stronger than it really should be, but oh well.
Yeah, that's such a danger hazard. It's that strong.
I don't know. Maybe it was the angle. I'm not sure how that couldn't fall off, but yeah, another goal just shows like how fast Malkin ran into the guy. But yeah, it's a very rough injury to see.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be okay. He was pulled from the game. Kevin Lalonde came in.
Wait,
The thing about Belarus this year is they actually have 2 naturalized Canadian citizens on their team, Jeff Platt and Kevin Lalonde, both of whom
I'm guessing
playing for Dynamo Minsk.
I'm guessing they were immigrated and then gave up their citizenship, or
The national team. They both got naturalized. They were both naturalized citizens.
Okay.
They both got it while playing for Dynamo Minsk. Platt has since moved on to Lokomotiv, but Lalonde is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they sent both their goalies to the tournament, which is strange because they were terrible with the defense and goaltending this year. Lalonde's the other goalie on that team, Lars Haugen, plays for Norway. The more you know.
Okay.
Did you guys see the GIF of the 2 Switzerland players missing on their 2-0?
Yes. Oh my God, that was so hilarious. It's so funny too that it's an open net.
Guy falls.
It was an. I mean, like, no. I was just wondering. Okay, so they're both running in, and then one passes to another. I guess just being friendly.
Yeah, being nice.
But
Like,
I
hey,
guess-
take the goal. But he passes too far
I know,
ahead.
but-
That basically describes
thought-
the tournament for the Swiss.
I thought he was like. I thought he passed it like it was either too slow or the other person just didn't realize that, he was gonna get the puck, so he just saw it and like, I guess he panicked or something because he ended up skating ahead of the puck and then flew into the net.
It was weird, but
It's
also
just-
hilarious.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
Switzerland
I mean,
win that game?
Wait, what
Did
was the
Swiss-
question?
Did Switzerland win that game?
Today, yeah.
All right, good. That would be
Okay.
embarrassing if they lost.
Okay.
They beat Latvia 3-2,
Ah.
which denied Latvia a berth in the quarterfinals and allowed Finland to move on.
Yeah.
They'll
I just-
play Canada.
I would rather play Finland than Latvia, considering our recent record against Latvia.
What are you talking about? They won that game.
What?
When Canada played Latvia, they beat them. I don't know what you're complaining about.
No, I'm saying I'm glad.
You're glad, based on previous record, that you would rather play Finland than Latvia,
Yes.
but you beat Latvia the last time.
But there was
Your
our closest games. That was our closest game. We nearly lost.
Didn't they go to a shootout with Finland?
I remember that. I don't even think. Did we even what?
Group
Nice.
play
I need to check this out.
Oh,
at the Olympics.
okay. Fact check podcast for tonight. Also, I want to mention another. I guess this isn't really very serious hockey news, but Don Cherry, as of I believe this was last night. When about the Montreal New York game, he dropped the F-bomb
No,
on
I didn't.
live TV. He didn't?
Nah, it was. He just slurred his words together. It just sounded like
He just slurred. I thought he actually dropped the F-bomb because I heard the Well, I mean, the only source I got it from was a Vine, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too reliable of a source.
Well, you know
Um,
how I feel about Don Cherry. I'd like to shoot him into the sun next time.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we some questions from the audience members. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but he has an emoji. 3 emojis, I should say,
is it,
for a name.
Racer Dongers?
Let me look.
Well, I guess I'll
Who was
just
that
mention
before?
his Twitter handle. Peak of Good Livin'
What was
says,
his name before?
Grapes think they need to bring back the hard post so players would be more responsible crashing the net. Thoughts?
Classic Cherry.
Classic shit.
That's about
What
it.
is
That's all I can
Classic
say. That just
Cherry.
sounds like him.
I want to shoot him into the sun, and I don't really care what he says.
I mean, that seems like really counterintuitive to say that
Yeah.
because players are getting faster, and it seems actually more reckless to make the posts harder because that wouldn't really.
That'd spike injuries.
Yeah. And I don't think
It's gonna be like, oh, but you gotta play her, blah blah blah. Shut up, Don Cherry.
putting
Your button
just
was made for you.
I mean, I don't think that just putting something on the ice that inhibits the player's like current playing style would actually help do something, because
It just helped raise injuries more.
yeah, especially when you have like players who are like playing really hard in front of the crease and they get knocked over and run into the post. I mean, it hurts still, but I mean, with the post that's like impaled to the ground, that would be harder. I mean, I can also imagine, wouldn't it be harder to clean the ice? Because I know that when like a Zamboni comes, they take off the moorings. I mean, unless they just want to make the moorings more like sturdy. so that it doesn't fall off as much as it usually does.
Going down, Cherry probably doesn't even know what he's trying to say. So
Yeah, because he's a senile old man who should have retired 25 years ago.
Okay.
he's not senile yet. 2 more years, he'll definitely be senile.
No, Ben senile.
Oh.
Nah, he's crazy.
Get out of here with
He's
your
always
facts.
been crazy. What's next on the agenda?
We have a response from Peak of Good Living. He said the response is his argument is that you put the responsibility on the attacking player to avoid the net rather than crashing recklessly.
That's stupid. No.
I mean, it's such. I mean, it feels like whenever you see those replays of like people crashing the net and they're running into the goaltender, it always seems like such a last minute thing. Like, oh, he lost his balance because a defenseman bumped into him, or he lost his footing, and then he just happens to be right in front of the goaltender while he loses his footing. I mean, I don't know. With the speed of NHL today, I don't think that could be a possibility.
Nah.
Oh.
Wait, can we talk about the AHL playoffs at some point? I would like to.
My team is out of the AHL playoffs, so they are non-existent to me anymore.
Well,
Pretty much
tomorrow
same
is
for
the
me.
last game of the second round. Providence and Wilkes-Barre Scranton are going 7 after Providence's 4-1 win last night. The winner will play St. John's in the conference final, while the Western Conference final is already set. It will be the Texas Stars and Toronto Marlies, in what should be a very entertaining series. Texas was the best team in the regular season by a lot, and the Marlies have gone 7-0 in the playoffs so far.
Wait, isn't the Marlies? Wait a minute. Why would the Toronto team be in the West?
Because there's a lot of New England teams and like St. John's and stuff. It's the same reason Charlotte's in the West. Charlotte's actually, I think the number was like the 17th most Eastern team, which is why they got pushed into the West.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do have a lot of New England teams because I know Worcester has what?
Worcester. It's pronounced Worcester.
Worcester? Really? Huh. Because there's Worcester and there's a lot of teams in Massachusetts.
Worcester, Springfield, and
Yeah.
there was one other one I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Come
Uh,
on, I got the key up here, duh. Worcester, Springfield. No, that's it, I think.
oh, Hartford. Oh wait, no, that's in
That's
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Dang it.
They share a state with Bridgeport. Then you have the Portland Pirates up in Maine, Manchester Monarchs in New Hampshire, and a buttload of New York teams.
Isn't the Hartford Wolfpack moving to Nassau at some point?
Nassau, and
No.
no, that's just a rumor at this point.
Oh man, I kind of wanted to go there, even though I heard it's pretty awful. It's
I
pretty
went
awful.
there once. It is a dump.
I mean, I don't know. I compare U.S. Bank Arena to what Nassau would be like, but then again, our stadium looks crooked, and we also have a lot of wire damage.
Wire damage.
No, I mean because it's just weird because we have those weird roofs that you usually see in like buildings, like that weird soft. I don't know. Is it like? It's like it's like a weird sheet thing that has those little dimples in it. You know what I'm talking about? That they hang on the roof. I guess it's like a roof tile or something. Does anybody know what I'm talking about, or am I just?
No idea.
I spaced out for a second.
Damn
Okay.
it, Nando.
Yeah. So U.S. Bank Arena is small. It has a bunch of water damage in it, and it's built in the 70s.
Yeah, that sounds
So
like
that's-
Nassau. Although Nassau, I think, is slightly older.
But actually, they're planning on getting a huge renovation at U.S. Bank Arena so that they'll have more seating and an upgraded. I think they're just upgrading the concourse and the outside part to make it look more modern. Which
Actually,
will be-
also in AHL news this week, the Abbotsford Heat will be relocating to Glens Falls, New York, as the Adirondack Flames, and they're bringing back the old Atlanta Flames logo.
Yes, I saw that and it looks pretty sweet. And of
Finally, they should have done that with Abbotsford.
course. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I know that the Flyers new
Yeah, they're moving
AHL
to
thing.
Allentown to be the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it because I want the old days back. Philadelphia Wilkes-Barre, their playoff games were awesome, especially like in the playoffs. Like you could expect one line brawl every
Mhm.
game those two played. It was. I usually don't like fighting, but back then it was really fun.
Actually, they're getting a new arena for the Flyers affiliates.
Yeah, I knew that. PPL Center.
Yeah, I don't know what the name is, but it looks really
It's
nice.
PPL
I saw
Center or
some
PPL Place. I'm gonna look that up.
I saw some pictures of the construction. It looks pretty sweet. Let's see here.
Let's
Um,
see. Phantoms Arena. That would be PPL Center. Yeah.
okay. We're getting a bunch of random questions on the Twitters, and I'm not sure how to respond to them myself. And one of them is a rap question, and others are just questions about emojis.
Let's go with emojis.
Um, okay. I think I don't know how to. Okay, what does the 100 emoji mean? This is coming from Aisha.
It means 100.
It just means 100.
You don't
What
Okay.
else would it
say.
mean?
Um,
It can't mean anything else, can it?
it can't be anything.
Problem solved.
And-
Next one.
Why is the blackface emoji blackface?
Because racism. Next question.
Um, we're not even gonna get locks on this one. No, you're not being fair, James.
Sorry. Apology.
So Canadian. What happened to Ja Rule?
He died.
No, he's not dead. He's just
I don't know.
he's a
I don't know who you're talking about.
he's a washed up rapper. Let's face
Ah,
it.
he's
Let's
probably
face
dead
the
then.
music.
On scale of 1 to Tim Thomas, how washed up is he?
He's about that Ja
Um,
Rule level washed up, apparently. Don't know who it is.
The Tim Thomas
Oh.
thing, by the way, is pointing to his 868 save percentage at Worlds. Such a fantastic goalie! No,
Yeah.
No one's ever said fantastic since he left.
my least favorite former Vermont Catamount by a mile.
I like how when he got traded from Florida to Dallas, he still kept his Florida pads for like 2 games. Or
Well, they
I
didn't
think
have
it,
time to change.
I
Let's
mean,
get white pads.
no, but I mean, remember his pads in Florida were like blue and red, like all blue and all red with like a gold stripe in it. And at some point, he just didn't bother changing it, and he just kept it on while he was in Dallas, and it just looked really weird. And I don't know. I guess he just got new pads, which were just all white and then with black stripes on them.
Enough about Tim Thomas. We've talked about him enough for a lifetime.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know he's
Let's
not welcome in the KHL.
Oh yeah, there's a new movie about the Russian Red Army hockey team, or I shouldn't say a movie, but a documentary coming out about it, where they talk about the communist USSR hockey team.
Which was mostly made up of the Red Army or CSK Moscow.
Yep. And it was mostly talking about the players, like some of the best players. Well, I think some of the best players in all of hockey history. And then, like how
Like
they
the
felt.
Tretiaks.
Yeah, I think you mentioned him already, but let's see.
In fact, his grandson was on the Russian World Under-18 team.
Oh yeah, wait, didn't Tretiak also hoist the not the flag, but the fire for the Olympics? That was so awesome to watch on TV. But the documentary basically focused on the player-coach relations, and then immediately after the Soviet fallout, or the fall of communism, I should say, they also mention like the sentiment of like bringing Russian players into the NHL, which they seem to highlight a Don Cherry quote, who we all love here on this podcast.
Someone give me a bark
Well, of course, this is 20 years ago when he said this, so.
It hasn't changed a bit.
Well, I mean, he has
Still
less
a
gray hair.
senile old man.
With less gray hair. And they also mentioned the Detroit. They also mentioned the Detroit Red Wings getting a bunch of Russian players, and I think they mentioned another team. I'm not sure who, but hopefully they mentioned the Summit Series.
I hope so.
Which was because there was another documentary about the Summit Series, and it was pretty amazing, I will say. And hopefully they also mentioned the NHL series where a bunch of NHL teams played against the Russian Red Army.
Best one was the Flyers, of course.
Killed everyone.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're going to mention the Habs and the Flyers.
Yeah, because collective memory. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, these guys beat the Soviets. They must be good.
No, I mean, I also
they
mentioned
were.
I also mentioned the Montreal because Montreal got absolutely destroyed by the
Damn
Red
straight
Army.
they did.
And then of course the freaking Red Army leaving mid-game. That's also iconic.
No, they came back. They
Yeah,
finished.
they did.
Were they like, either forced to come back or like paid to come back?
No, they left.
They were not going to get the money from playing the game if they had left.
Yeah. So.
And of course they left originally because the game was too violent for their liking. And to be fair, it really was, but
Well, yeah, it was back in the day.
Well,
Against
yeah.
the Flyers back in the day.
the Broad Street Bullies.
Yeah, because fuck those guys.
Hey, they were.
Hey, it was totally fair at the time. Can't blame them for
Only
using
one
that
I'm
tactic.
okay with is Bobby Clark, and that's because he's also a diabetic.
Well, oh yeah, that is right. That is definitely true, and that's why he was also undrafted.
No, he was drafted pretty late.
Oh, okay. Because they always seem to talk whenever they talk about whenever they seem to talk about him. They always mention like how he had to be medically cleared by the doctor to play hockey or continue playing hockey, I should say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then, of course, Bernie Perrant, who is my favorite out of that whole team. He also had some weird tendencies as a goaltender, like his rituals.
They're goalies. They're always weird.
I know, but he took naps with his German Shepherd each time
Yeah.
before a game.
Doesn't sound that odd.
He also loved to make jokes, like during
Oh, it's
games.
fine.
He just loved making jokes, and then he apparently loves smelling new shoes.
Yeah, I can understand that. She smell good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a normal guy to me. What are you bringing him up for?
How did we get on this topic again?
Um.
Don
The
Cherry.
Red Army. Then I started complaining about the Broad Street Bullies because someone brought up the Broad Street Bullies.
That was me.
By the way,
Damn it, Nando.
Red Army today traded for one of the best goalies in the KHL, Stanislav Galimov. Atlanta traded Galimov to CSK for 100 million rubles. Yes, in the KHL you can trade for money.
Wait,
Wow.
can't you do that in the
Oh,
NHL? Or
Nope,
No.
as far as I know.
oh wait, that's
So unfair.
that's like
Baseball does.
yeah, baseball. Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Let's see here. We have more questions.
Also in the KHL, by the way,
Oh.
Miroslav Shatan retired. So congrats to him on a pretty damn good career.
Didn't the
Mostly
player?
with Buffalo.
Didn't the player? Oh, you mentioned him already. Never mind. Sorry.
It's Satan.
Yeah, it was Satan.
I love Satan.
It's Shatan.
Yeah.
Satan.
And he was the captain of the Slovak team at World Championships for 3 points, but then decided to call it a career afterwards.
Okay, so
Can't wait till
Peak of
Satan
Good
our
Living.
captain.
Peak of Good
Yeah.
Living also has another question up here. We have to pick one for NHL 15 cover vote. Now, bear with me on this.
It's Carlson.
Please. please refrain from your responses until I finish.
Alright, Carlson.
NHL 15 Milbury, NHL 15 Pierre, NHL 15 Carlisle, NHL 15 Tortorella, NHL 15 Garth Snow, NHL 15 Lucic, and NHL 15 Tim Thomas.
Can I pick none of the above?
No,
NHL
you have
15 Carlson. End of story.
no, we have to pick
NHL
one.
15 Rory Fitzpatrick. Vote for Rory.
No, we have to choose one from the ones I just mentioned.
Alright.
Don't groan at me. Don't hit me with
Tortorella.
that sass.
He's the
Tortorella?
only one that's remotely respectable in any way.
Garth Snow, because he actually played. It wasn't too bad.
Milbury played.
Yeah, but the only thing anyone remembers about him is he beat the shit out of someone with their own shoe.
Penny
Oh yeah,
Loafer.
he did.
Actually,
Penny
fun
Loafer.
fact about Garth Snow. In the 98 finals, he was the goalies for the Flyers. Both goalies the Flyers used in that series are now GMs. Snow and Ron Hextall.
Yep. Well, I should also mention Lucic and Tim Thomas are also on this list, so they are also players.
I don't care.
Wait, isn't Tim Thomas from Vermont?
Well, he went there,
Ah,
and
okay.
he's still my least favorite person ever to come out of there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Who will I go for?
Carlson.
No. I don't want
Roy
Carlson.
Fitzpatrick.
No, Carlson, shut up.
No, I want to go with someone that I just want to make this. I'm gonna go with NHL 15 Pierre.
No.
Pierre was my number 2.
I will go with him. Actually.
Would you like to have a box that whenever you open it up, you see his face?
Yes,
Would you
indeed.
enjoy that? No.
Indeed. You know what? I would have just a box where he's just like awkwardly close to the camera, kind of thing. Kind of like that one infamous video he has where he's like standing, like his gut is like right on the dude's elbow. You know what I'm talking about? This was on his TSN days.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Okay.
Moving on, Carlson.
Well, I guess in other news, Eric Carlson actually lost the cover vote in the cover vote playoffs for EA. He lost to
bullshit.
Marchand.
No, it was other guy.
Bergeron.
Bergeron.
First round.
Damn it.
I'm probably not getting
Marchand.
I don't really give a damn.
Go to throw a fit.
So yeah, I guess Eric Carlson is just not that popular enough that he loses to
No, just Bruins fans are gigantic homers.
I will also mention that the San Francisco Giant fans are huge homers, especially when it comes to the All-Star vote. Yeah.
What sport are we talking about?
Let's see, there's a math problem.
I don't know what sport we're talking about.
I'm not
so
sure anymore.
confused.
Let's-
happening?
What's going on? And I said, yeah.
Can I mention the fact
Eric
that Kevin
Carlson.
Lalonde is currently leading in save percentage? Eat
Wait,
it,
could you-
NHL. Eat it, NHL.
Wait, could you please repeat that, please?
Kevin Lalonde.
But add more Eric Carlson this time.
No.
Save percentage. And goals
I'm
against.
sorry.
He's a .66 goals against.
Blah.
Devil. No, I'm just kidding.
Satan. Oh, you're tired.
uh,
No more Satan.
Did I hear something about Satan?
Yeah. No.
Clearly my hearing's off today.
Yeah, that's it.
My hearing's a little woozly.
Hey, Nando. Satan.
um,
Yeah, that one, dude.
I'm resisting the urge to mute you right now.
Now, wait a minute. Nando.
Yes,
Where'd Nando go? There you are.
yes, I am still here.
Satan. I don't know why it's so funny.
No, this isn't gonna be Toddler Tuesdays anymore. It's just gonna be Satan Tuesday.
It's gonna be Lucifer Tuesday.
Crap.
Good job, pentagrams, tongues. Satan has taken over Tuesday.
NHL 15 Satan.
Yes, we have to do this.
I guess in other NHL news, let's see. RJ Umberger of the Columbus Blue Jackets has officially requested a trade. As of, I believe, 2 days ago, it was approved by John Davidson, the head of hockey operations for Columbus, and now he is on the trading block. Of course, RJ Umberger was, most would say lackluster. Well, that's putting it really lightly, but he was pretty lackluster for the Blue Jackets. He was mostly used in the power play, and he was also a healthy scratch for a lot of games. Hang on,
Maybe he can go back to Philly. He won a Calder Cup there.
Yeah. He's also a native of.
For him, come to think of it.
He's a native of Pittsburgh. Let's see. So he has 18 goals, 16 assists. Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong season. No, I'm looking at the right season.
Damn it, Nando. Stop messing up on it.
Nando, god damn it.
No. So 18 goals, 16 assists, 34 points in total, but his plus minus is usually pretty bad. But no one really cares about plus minus.
Satan does.
Yeah, anyone who cites plus minus as a decent stat needs to be kicked in the face.
I bet John Cherry loves plus minus.
He does. So I'm gonna shoot him into the sun and punch him in the face.
Wow. You're gonna punch him into the sun by using his face.
Uppercut him right into
Gravity.
the sun.
Gravity is now irrelevant. Well, you know what? Actually, I think I have a better idea. We'll shoot him into space with lots, and then he can punch him in the face into the sun, and then that would be a realization of both requests. But what was I gonna talk about earlier?
I don't understand what just happened.
Oh my god! I'm okay. Hang on. I had an idea, but I just lost it when I went into.
Damn it, Nando.
Okay, can we get on some topic now?
Talking about Satan.
We'll talk about.
Keep talking about him. I like him. Yes, I said I like Satan.
I like how James decided to go on a complete NHL 15 Satan.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen. Trust me, guys.
Like, he's not even in the tournament, and he's gonna show up now.
He's going to demonically possess the guys running it.
Awesome.
Okay, so
And rig it for himself.
Dave Birdbag, who is also known as Minnesota Dave by I guess myself, responded with EA would never put Norm Green on the cover.
That is the most Minnesota response.
Yeah. Of course, Norm Green is primarily the one to blame for the North Stars leaving. Oh man. What on earth is this?
Probably Satan.
Oh yeah.
You didn't laugh.
Of course, from James, he
He's
says,
good
"I like."
having a field day right now.
You know what? We're just gonna go on a yeah, we're going to go on a Satan angle. Let's see, Jamish the Great on the Twitters would like to point out that he likes Satan, and he also quoted himself on that matter.
Quote myself.
So, yep, you quoted yourself. Congratulations, James.
A professional quote maker, but
well, you didn't even put it in quotations, so I'm not sure how legit that actually is.
not too legit.
Too legit. Too legit to
Tweet you
quit.
guys.
Our Satan podcast.
Yeah, everyone here, they need to hear the word of Satan from Buffalo and Russia and wherever else. Where is he? Is he Slovakian?
I feel like
I don't know
we're
what
like
I'm
those
talking
weird.
about.
I feel like we're those weird little animals that were on South Park. You know, I'm talking about like the Christmas
the-
special South Park.
Woodland creature one.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
like
like
these
animals.
cute. They're these cute little animals that just wants to eat flesh and talk about Satan. Okay.
Satan,
Um,
okay.
Any other discussions you guys want to talk about besides Satan?
I like Satan. Let's see on that
I
topic.
said damn it, James. I said besides Satan.
Ah, you
Okay,
did.
what is there to talk about?
Um.
Shut up, James.
I didn't say anything. You can't prove I did.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
You can use the little volume thingies on the bottom, which the viewers totally can't see,
You
which doesn't
can't.
work my point at all.
You can't prove what I said, though.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna, I'm
can
gonna say
prove at least
I
you said something.
I did say Satan, but you can't prove that.
So
What are you
wait,
talking about?
Well, you just
I can't.
No, keep up your point again.
I can't.
Nando.
Oh God, I feel like James is now possessed with Satan.
I'm Satan.
Look what you did, Nando. This is your fault.
No sponsors. Satan's.
Cause of death, Satan.
That's a pretty reasonable thought, is it not? Just blame it on
Oh.
Satan.
We need to go back to an actual topic. This Satan thing is getting somewhat irritating.
Okay, so
We still have the same amount of viewers, though, so obviously they enjoy it.
Would that be true? Or ow, I just insulted us.
Viewers, ask us questions on the Q&A. I forgot to also mention that. We do have a Q&A up available.
Damn it, Nando,
So
why are
far-
you always so late?
Well, we got Ryan to at least ask us a question, even though it's not very relevant to hockey.
Yeah, because you suck at Cards Against Humanity.
We've already proven this.
I'm pretty sure Splashy actually sucks against Cards Against Humanity. Because from what I saw, he wasn't winning a game.
Whatever.
Okay, so, yeah. Thursday's quarterfinals of World Championships. Watch them.
Tomorrow is, hockey. Playoff hockey. NHL playoff hockey.
That's like
And
the third best game.
AHL, the last game of the second round.
I believe, is it the Rangers? Is the ECH, or is the Eastern Conference and Western Conference games going on at the same night? Does anybody know?
I don't
no.
follow NHL. Well, I do sometimes casually, just because of my favorite players. But
Fucking casual.
Truba.
although I might be casually following Colorado just because of Borna.
Okay.
Hashtag Croatia Homer.
Wednesday is
Tomorrow.
Kings versus Blackhawks, 8 p.m.
Tonight.
Eastern time.
That's tonight.
I said it's Wednesday. Today is Tuesday.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
You
about.
are just being stupid for no reason.
Okay,
Tonight
no,
is the Los Angeles game.
No, it's when. What? No. Today is Tuesday,
Damn
What
it,
the
James.
hell?
and
really
tomorrow is Wednesday.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I got it all mixed up. Wait,
You
is
really
today
blake
Friday
that
or
up.
Tuesday?
You really blake that up.
Wow.
Oh, goddamn. I am Blake. Oh, God.
This is going
I
on
need
the
to rethink my
subreddit.
life.
This is going on the subreddit. You know that, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
This will be on the subreddit by sundown.
Okay, so today
I'm
is...
already down.
Guys, help me. Today is Tuesday.
Correct.
There are no games today.
Yes, that is the name of this podcast. No Hockey Tonight edition.
I think there was hockey today at the World Championship.
Well, I mean, from an NHL standpoint.
Wait, can I go on a mini rant here? It always
Okay.
agitates me when it's like late in the off season, when it's like early September, and people are complaining there's no hockey. Yes, there is. You're just being ignorant. NHL and AHL haven't started, but like basically every European league started. Junior
Yeah, but
leagues are
it's
starting.
so hard to
College
get
is
into that.
starting. Stop just thinking the
It's
NHL is the
so
only
hard.
around there, but
Hard.
there's
It's hard to
more.
catch them because it's across the continents. It's gonna be like completely messing up your sleep schedule for one thing.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Medveshek doesn't mess up my sleep schedule.
When do you sleep?
never.
Well, because most of their home games are at like 2 o'clock, so
Are you kidding me?
p.m. 2 o'clock p.m.
If you guys follow
My point has
Formula,
been proven right there.
if you guys follow Formula One, their schedule is pretty all over the place, mostly because of time zones. They like to jump around
Jump around.
internationally.
Jump
I've
around.
been able to catch one game, I think, just barely.
They have two. I believe they have two race. Or actually, I think it's just one this year. But they have one race in Canada and one race in the United States. So that is within your time zone. Still, both of them are on the Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. And Thursday will be, excuse me, Canadians and Rangers, also at 8 p.m., which is really bizarre. That's awfully late. Saturday will be Blackhawks and Kings again.
Boring.
Nah, it's cool. Blackhawks, go Coves.
It's not. These two teams are in their third Western Conference final in the last 5 years. It's LA's third in a row. It's getting old.
Yeah, that's what.
Just
that's what I
it's
was
just
thinking.
getting started, boys.
That's part of why I haven't paid attention to the playoffs, because it's so old. The same
Well-
teams.
Well, I mean,
New York, New
Yeah,
York, Montreal. Half the teams haven't been there like forever.
exactly.
These are conferences really interesting.
Yeah, it's just I mean, I expected it to be just a cluster of just like a bizarre compilation of teams because I figured the West was going to be really lopsided, but the East is just like a power struggle.
Yeah, I've been really like freaked out about what's happening there.
But these two teams have both been in the conference finals in the last 5 years. Montreal in 2010, the Rangers just 2 years ago. Why can't we get someone completely new?
What?
Hey, we could
Like
get
what
Columbus.
happened with Phoenix a couple years ago.
We could get Columbus.
Oh my.
Columbus
I would
and
be okay with that, especially because they have a lot of Russians.
6.
yeah, they do, and they also have a bunch of CHL players. Oh,
They have imports, I think. And they have Marco Daniel, which I like.
he actually, well, he didn't play for Columbus at all. He just left
I know
on his.
that,
He
but
left on
he's
his.
their organization.
Yeah, but
He scored against Medveshek, and that kind of made me irked. But we won that game anyway, so it doesn't matter.
it's kind of funny too how he. Well, I already mentioned this numerous times, but he left on his own accord. Really?
Because I wouldn't want to play for Slovan either. They sucked this year.
Yep, he just boarded the
And their
plane.
goalie was a sieve.
Ooh.
Jaroslav Giannis, former light draft pick. He had an 898 save percentage as their starting goalie.
Oh God, that sounds awful. Hang on, I think we have a notification.
Far from me.
It's okay. What do you think of the draft picks? Who's gonna go to who? Ooh.
For which draft?
The NHL
I
draft
need to look at these.
No,
draft
which year?
this year.
Oh, cool. What day is it?
Today is Tuesday.
Okay, so judging from that, it is going to be that first guy who's got the heart. He's going to go second. And the other guy who's got the blood, he's going to go first.
NHL draft 2014 prospects, because I need who's eligible, because that kind of can throw me off sometimes. All right, so the top 5, it's Florida, Buffalo, Edmonton, Calgary, and the New York Islanders. I think Florida's going to take a defenseman, probably Ekblad.
Yeah, play bad for Ekblad. Play bad.
He's the only defenseman worth giving a damn in the first round.
Yeah.
So,
They're trying to get rid of that pick for something else.
You need to get canned. Then you have Buffalo, who I think like, people are going to say, just pick the best available forward. They need a winger. So I would probably go with William Nylander. He had a terrific under-18.
Ooh, I'm excited about him. I really am.
What?
Yeah, he had like 3 points a game at under-18s. Then you have Edmonton, who has a bajillion forwards, not a whole lot of defensemen. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see them trade back.
Oh, to drop lower into the drafting?
Yeah, that you not only move back so you could get someone like they wouldn't be tempted to take another forward for one.
No.
Yeah.
And they have enough young players, so drafting wouldn't really help them at this point.
Either trade back and you add another pick, which is kind of nice.
Columbus can give them Umberger, which wouldn't suit their needs, but yeah, that would be cool. To get them.
For third
They need
overall.
defense.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense for me. That would be cool to get a 3rd round overall. And they could get someone with experience.
Are there any high-profile FNUF?
High profile O.
I think FNUF is the highest profile defenseman on trade market right now. You think he
Then
might
you
go to
have
Edmonton?
basically need everything, so I think you have to go best player available. So I think that would either be Sam Bennett, Sam Reinhart,
That's
or
the guy.
Barry Kapanen. I personally think Kapanen's kind of overrated.
What about Connor
No,
McDavid, too, who was drafted by a KHL, or not KHL, yeah, KHL. Or,
He's not leaving. He's not leaving because he paid $1 billion a year.
Drafted 17.
so what round do you think he's going to go in?
Barry Kapanen? Probably.
No,
17.
not Kerry Kapanen, but Connor McDavid.
He's
Right,
obviously
what?
going to go top 3.
He's gonna be first. He's gonna be first overall, no doubt.
4th round because, we got blocked 7 times.
Grr.
I actually think it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to go to the KHL for his draft eligible year.
Nah.
Why
mean-
not?
No.
Because it would make
I'll give it up.
sense if you think about it. He'd be playing against a higher level of competition. And, Zagreb's infinitely nicer than Erie.
Have you ever
Heck,
been to
Erie has a good goaltender.
That's about it.
You're only saying that because he's one of your prospects.
Hey, he's also really freaking good, and he also plays for Sweden. So yeah, shut up.
Yes, he was the best goalie at World Juniors. By the way, that brings
Yep,
up Finland's World Junior coach just signed as a head coach in the KHL with Tractor Chelyabinsk.
Ooh, moving up in the world.
So, do they or do they not have tractors there?
Actually, the team name is because the team started as just a bunch of guys at the Chelyabinsk tractor factory.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like something John Deere related, just to make it funnier.
And
But-
their logo is not John Deere; it's a polar bear biting a stick.
Why isn't it a tractor?
Yeah.
Because polar bears are awesome.
Well, I mean,
Tractors!
yeah.
Literally tractors!
Because KHL teams are weird.
I would rather fight a polar bear than a tractor. No joke.
I mean, you have
True
Metallurg
facts right here.
Steelers. Metallurg means dealers, basically, and their logo's a fox.
I'd rather fight a steel bar than a fox. Is that what the name
They
tractor? I
don't
didn't hear.
Okay. Well, off of that randomness, whatever that was. What was that? Was it just a discussion about tractors?
It was
I
literally a
don't
session
remember
of
how it
tractors.
started.
Excuse me.
What's your favorite tractor model?
I'm gonna go old school American here and go with the John Deere
Jesus Christ.
because green and yellow looks nice together.
No, it doesn't.
Oh god.
Okay,
mean,
well,
it's
I
not,
guess
like,
we'll just
bad, but it's not good.
Yeah, we should probably end this thing off.
Yeah. We haven't talked about hockey in a while.
Well, ending on that tractor note, I would just like to thank everyone who asked us questions, specifically Ryan. Let's see, James with that insightful.
You never
comment,
answered the question, why does Nando suck in general?
I'm not gonna answer that. Peak of Good Living on Twitter. Dave on Twitter. Let's see here, Aisha. Dave, Minnesota Dave.
Yeah, because there's 4 of them.
Anna,
Really?
Marianne, James, aka LMOJ2. I want to thank Lux and James for being here tonight, and I want to wish you all good night, happy hockeys.
Ari.
And oh yeah, I also forgot to mention Ari. She also contributed.
Ari.
Alrighty, with that, I will bid you all adieu.
Jesus Christ, I need to go.
Oh.